What's up, y'all? It's your girl Breezy, and this is Life with Breezy. Have you ever had like a manager or a boss that you liked, or a manager or a boss that you disliked? Well, I came to tell y'all about my experience with both. When I was like 19, 18 in college, I worked at this, the fancy version of, Walmeasy. And I had a manager there. He was, I kid y'all not, he was like a mixture between Chris Evans and Ryan Reynolds. Like, beautiful guy, like, beautiful. He was that type that I used to be like, man, I can't stand it. I don't want to go to work at all. Like, oh my goodness. And he walked in and he's your manager for a day. Then all of a sudden you just, oh my goodness, so hyped, so happy. And he's like all in your face, like, hey, Bree, what's up? So you just change your whole mood. Yeah, that was him. Like, I used to love going to work just to see his face. And then I had a manager, my first manager out of college, my first experience with a boss, a manager out of college, was a disaster. Well, okay, we had two. I worked at this car rental place straight out of college. And at this car rental place, you have to do 4 months at the airport. Like, you have to work at the airport for 4 months. That was kind of like boot camp for us. They gave you 3 shifts, A, B, and C shifts. A shift was like 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. B shift was like 9:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. C shift was like 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. So, of course, I was always on B shift. Like, I always tried to get B shifts. Like, no matter what, I'm getting this B shift. And I never forget, I had this one manager there. He just did not like me for some reason. He just had this, like, any thoughts of my name would pop up in his head. He would turn into a frown. Like, he literally just couldn't stand me for some reason. He's always like, this isn't the Bree show. This isn't the Bree show. Now it is. So I want to thank him for that. But let me tell you this argument we had. So, bam. So basically, they made the schedule. In the midst of them making the schedule, like in the middle of the week, they changed the schedule, turning my B shift into a C shift. And I wasn't having it. So I came to that manager, like, straight up, like, oh, just let you know, I can't make that C shift. My auntie had a party. That was a lie. My auntie have a birthday party and I gotta go. I gotta help decorate, blah, 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 making up all these excuses. And he's like, me and him going back to back. He's all like, well, Bree, this isn't the Bree show. This is real life. This is your career we're talking about. And I'm like, no, this is your career. I don't find myself working here from like 1 year from now. Like, this is your career. Like, I told him straight up, like, yeah, I hear all that, but I'm just like, he's like, well, you better find somebody to take your shift or switch shifts. And I was like, I'm not doing all that. Like, y'all already made the schedule. I already made plans. Like, ain't no way in how I'm about to be working 3 to 11. You got me messed up. So he's just like, I'm talking to him just like this. He's screaming at me, turning red, all that, doing the most, turning to Mr. Tomato Head. Like, bro, chill the fuck out. We just rent cars. Chill out. Anyways, so long story short, we get into it. He basically told me, like, okay, since you're not coming to your shift, then don't come for the rest of your shifts for the rest of the week. And I was like, say less. And I walked away. Oh my goodness, I feel so good when I did that. Say less. You just got to kill him with 2 words. Walked away, went to my car and cried. Because you just can't let people see you sweat. I was all acting tough in front of him, went straight to my car and started crying. And I called his boss. And his boss was like, she was a chick. So, like, she was always on our side. Like, as far as, like, the ladies' side, she was always on our side. I called her crying. He called, you get out of things crying. You can get out of a fucking ticket crying to a cop. Anyways, being a girl. But no, I called her crying. And at the end of the day, he ended up having to apologize to me. Homeboy texted me that day, like, hey, Beyonce, hopefully you're doing good. From that point on, he was just sucking my dick. He was kissing ass. He was just like on my job from that point on because his manager went off on him for yelling at me in the middle of the shift. And we have proof that I wasn't yelling at him at all. He was yelling at me the whole time. So he got in trouble. He went from hating me for those 4 months. This happened like I started the boot camp at the airport January. This happened like in April. Like, it was almost, the shift was over. I had like 2 weeks left at the airport. So by this time, he had to basically kiss my ass because his job was on the line from yelling at me in front of customers, in front of our coworkers. He got in trouble. It went from him hating me to calling me Beyonce. Like, come on now. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't call me Beyonce. So he just like bigged my head up. Still can't stand him at the end of the day. And his ass ended up getting fired for messing with one of the youngins. How you like that? So You can have a manager that you like, a manager you don't like, but at the end of the day, nothing lasts forever. You're going to end up quitting that job. So I ain't tripping. Thanks guys for watching, and if you like what you saw, please like and subscribe. And if you don't, I'm from the East Detroit. I will let me stop y'all, but stay tuned in. Follow me on my social handles at BreeAngelique on Instagram and Twitter, and you get some more personality from me as well with those. I'll see you guys in my next video.